Hey guys, in today's video, I am checking out an RGB LED light from Falcon Eyes. They sent this thing out to me like 2.5 months ago. I'm just super duper slow, so I apologize, Falcon Eyes. Anyway, it comes in this nice package. Let's see what is inside. Here is the box that the light comes in, not labeled, but it is a nice semi-hard box with a zipper. Let's open this thing up. You see the light clearly. You have a power pack, the plug for the power supply, a tiny little mount, and then the light itself. There's a little bit of a diffuser on it. You could see the individual LEDs. It's a metal frame, nice metal frame all the way around. There's a little tripod port. There is the DC in and on-off switch. Here's the bottom. There's another, looks like tripod mount. And the other side, again, another mount. So plenty of options for mounting this thing. Around the back, these are fins for heat dissipation. And then you get a whole control panel. So there's a reset button on the side, a release button for the battery pack. This kit did not come with a battery pack, but you do have DC power. But if you wanted to buy some batteries for this thing, you can put one here, one here. Here is the control, I'm guessing, so RGB, and then you have CCT dimmer channel preset, another release on this side. So very kind of simple design on the back, pretty clean. Interested to see what this looks like and how it lights up. And here is the light all set up. I do like the ball head, very easy to maneuver and turn and tilt. There was no user manual or information guide on this light in the package, but Falcon Eyes did send me an email copy of the user manual, and it's very simple. It's actually 2 pages. So there's that. This model is actually the T8, which is kind of the middle tier. It says here that it's 120 LED bulbs. Let me show you guys how to control this thing, and then we'll get my wife to model a couple things just to see what it would look like in practice. So this is the back of the light, as you guys have seen before. I'm gonna flip this thing on. It is going to be a little bit dark because I want you guys to see this screen, which is very bright. The way that you control this is on-off switch here. You can select whatever color you want to adjust. So you want to adjust the reds, you can hit that little red button and then rotate it. So you hit that button, it increases the red value. You can see that changing. You want to change green, you do the same thing on the green side. Let's see, it goes all the way up to 255. And there is the blue. That is definitely changing the light output. If you want to go back, you could always hit reset. So that resets everything to 0, which is nice. So you don't have to spin everything back again. In addition, you have these buttons here. So the dimmer just controls how bright the light is. So from 0% all the way to 100%. Channel, you have presets as well. And then the CCTK, which is the color temperature. So you can go from 3000K all the way up to 5600K. So it's a very easy and intuitive way to control the light output on this thing. Okay, so I have my wife and our little baby boy helping us out. Hopefully this light doesn't blind him.
Oh my.
First thing I want to do is just test out each color. So I'm going to turn off everything. You just hit reset, and then we're just going to see how bright we can get the red. So there's the red. All the way turned up to 255. So if you wanted to add a red accent to your videos and you have other lights, that's what that would look like. Let me reset. Let's do the same thing with green. So if you wanted to make your subjects look like the Hulk, this is the light to use. Lastly, let's try the blue. Look at how cool that blue is.
Smart.
So really cool. So I'll reset it again. Now, if you reset all of those colors, the red, green, and the blue, it functions just like any other light on the market. So it just gives you a white light. So you could change the color temperature. So this is 3600K. If you wanted to increase that to 5600K, so you get a kind of a more bluish tint, There you are. And then this thing gets really bright. So I'm going to go back down to 3000K. And then I'm going to go from, this is 20% brightness, all the way to 100%. So super duper bright. Here is the light with no other lights in the room on. So if this was your only video light, this is what it would look like. And let's crank this thing up a little bit. So there you are at 100%. You can see that there is quite a lot of brightness. And obviously you can move this thing around so that you can make your subject look really good at whatever angle works best. So I'm going to turn this back down. The thing about this light that does make it unique is the fact that you can add a little bit of red. Let's say you're looking a little pale, you want to add red, you want to add a little cool effect, you can just turn up the blues ever so slightly, and this thing will mix the colors. You can probably see in the video what that looks like. Nice and compact, so if you wanted to travel with it, you can simply remove it and pack it in your bag with you. It has a carry case. You can really play around with the settings and get your skin tones just the way that you like them with this thing. Thank you again to my wife and for Lucas for modeling. So there are a lot of different uses for this light. Now, the one thing that I did notice using it is that there is a tiny bit of whine using it. So there's kind of an electronic noise, which is pretty typical with LED lights, especially if you are dimming them and you are changing the colors. I've noticed that almost every single LED panel or light box that I've ever used has a little bit of noise. Now obviously this is probably not going to be right next to your camera, and even if it is, you probably shouldn't be using onboard audio. But right now there is a slight whine with this thing, and my lapel mic should not be picking any of it up. So it's pretty faint, but something to note. Now this is pretty expensive, as you would expect. Falcon Eyes makes great lights, however they are not very cheap. So this thing comes in at just under $300. And for a small portable light like this, it may be out of some of your budgets. However, if you do YouTube full time, if you do paid gigs, it makes a whole lot of sense to have one or a couple of these in like a studio setup. Now, for example, when I shoot my YouTube videos, I typically do them early in the morning or in the early afternoon because that is when I have the most natural light. If I wanted to shoot videos at midnight, I would have to invest in some good lights. Otherwise, I would just be a shadow. So from that standpoint, there is some value in this. Overall, this is a great light that is built well. It's mostly metal and there's some plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. And if this is too small, there are larger sizes. If you guys are interested in checking this thing out or buying it, I'll post a link down below to Amazon. That's going to be it for my review of this thing. Thank you again to Falcon Eyes for sending this to me for review. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. I will probably post up a comparison video I've been working on, hopefully in the next day or two. So stay tuned. As always, thank you guys and have a nice day. Bye-bye.